In this video, we have Tucker Carlson going in on both Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. I mean, he takes off the glove. He doesn't hold back. I ain't gonna spoil it. Viewer discretion is advised. Without further ado, let's ride.
I don't think you're the villain, actually. If you want to preserve the greatest country in the world in some recognizable way, you're not the bad guy. You're not the radical. I'm often called radical. I'm the least radical person you've ever met. I'm like the most moderate person. I just want things to be, my parents got divorced. I don't like change. I don't. I mean it. I'm not a radical. I'm just the opposite. Like, it was that way last year. Let's keep it that way. I kind of like that. I go to the restaurant, I know the same thing. I'm not a revolutionary. I hate revolutionaries. Revolutions never make things better. They always just wreck stuff. I hate wrecking stuff. It took someone a long time to build that. It took you 2 minutes to wreck it. You're the villain. And so this grandmother who's like, no, the Constitution says this. She's the radical? No, you're the radical, Kamala Harris. You hate the people of this country. You hate the way things have been done. You despise our history. You despise the people who created this country. You're a scary Bolshevik radical. We're not. We tie our boats together.
Hey, look, I told y'all that Tucker came with that violence, okay? I told you he wouldn't hold it back. I told you he was taking the gloves off, okay? Let me know what you think about what Tucker just said. Do you agree with it? Do you don't? Or do you not, right? But back to the video. Let's get more of his take on this.
She is, however, the one that talks about joy.
The girl who kissed her husband with a mask on is talking about joy? The whole point of kissing is lip on lip. I don't want to work blue here. I don't know if there are kids in the audience. If you're kissing your spouse with a mask on, you're a freak who knows nothing about joy.
I dare I go to Target or Walmart or the mall and see somebody smooching with your mask on. I want to see it. I want to see you do it. I want to see it. I would love to see that. I would get a good laugh out of that. So, hey, look, he ain't lying. Back to the video.
Wearing some mouth condom. It's disgusting. Joy. When was the last time you experienced it, honey? I think it's been a while. Not since you dated Montel Williams have you felt joy.
Oh.
Sorry.
I love Tucker.
That's awesome. So we do want
joy. She's the most afraid person I've ever seen. I can't hate her because I feel bad for her. When that debate with Trump, which I hated, like most people who are going to vote for Trump, like I didn't like the debate, I'll be honest. But the first 30 seconds on her face, go back and look at the tape, she's like, oh my gosh, how did I get here? Like, I've never done anything in my life at all. No one has voted for me. And yet I'm the presidential candidate of the Democratic Party. She's like terrified. And I just saw that and I was like, as someone who actually likes women, unlike her, how does she treat her female staff? Can you imagine? But we know because she got the highest turnover in Washington, but I felt bad for her. I was like, this is affirmative action. This is what it looks like. It's same with Tim Walz. He has that job because he's a white guy. They're like, oh, we need a white guy. And he's an affirmative action hire also. And you saw how afraid he was. He's like, it's not meritocratic at all. That guy did not earn that job. They're like, oh, sort of sexually non-threatening beta male, white guy, over 60 from the Midwest. You. Okay. And like all affirmative action hires, he's like, I have no idea what I'm doing here. Both of them. Anyway, sorry.
But he kept staring like he was trying to understand.
Because he's totally freaked out. He's like, I can't believe I'm here. Will they ever find out my terrible secrets? Which he clearly has. I mean, whoa. I don't know what they are, by the way, but he has terrible secrets. Like, if anybody I've ever seen in public life has terrible secrets, it's Tim Walz. Like, he's just waiting till they find out. Like, the Daily Mail gets a hold of whatever document.
That's why he keeps lying.
Oh, totally.
Because
you can
he doesn't
feel
want
it.
them to find the truth.
I don't know what it is, but that guy, whoa. Whoa. I don't want to be in the polygraph when he takes it. I don't want to know.
And I don't think that's the first time I heard that. Like, let me know. First of all, I'm gonna be totally honest. I've never heard of Tim Walz before this election. Now that probably is because well, at this point, I can't say I'm not into politics because I'm into politics now. So for me to say that, that would be a lie. Clearly, right? But before this channel, I wasn't into politics as much, right? So I never heard of him. Let me know if you guys have heard of him in terms of ever. And if you agree with that statement that Tucker just said, because that is definitely getting clipped 1000%. Back to the video.
So we've talked about wanting to go back. We don't like change. We want to go back to 1985, I think I heard you say.
That seems like a fair request.
So we have a lot of young people. I've talked to you about my grandson earlier.
Yes.
And all of his friends. I use them as my focus group. They want to start their businesses now. They're in their early 20s. One of them wants to be a farmer. One wants to be a diesel mechanic. One wants to operate a machine shop. They know that what their government is telling them right now about how to start those businesses with all of the subsidies and Kamala Harris's plans for startups. What do we say to them to make them know that if someday, like I remember going from Jimmy Carter days to Ronald Reagan days, and life changed. Life got a lot better. How do we talk to our young folks and have them understand that it will get better?
I think it will get better, but I think it's going to be very different. So the American culture and economy have allowed us for at least 100 years, really since the industrialization of the country, to have the system where middle-class families raise kids and then they send the kids off into the world and the kids move to some faraway place. Cheap air travel has accelerated this. And all of us have kind of grown up in this world where it's not weird to be from Sheboygan but have kids in Malibu or wherever, even Milwaukee, or, we send our kids out. And there's no expectation that families stay physically close to each other or that they work together at all. And our economy has sustained that. Like I grew up in an affluent town, pretty affluent family, and at 22, or 14 actually, I left and went to boarding school, and then at 22 I got married, and it was like, good luck, see you at Christmas. I'm not giving you any money or anything, you know what I mean? But that was America. I mean, I'm 55, like it was a different world, and it worked fine. Now I think people understand that there are so many hostile forces coming at us, and people feel this. I've talked to a lot of people in the last year about this, and they all feel the same instinct, like I want my team close. Like maybe that model worked in the time and place in which it was popular, but we need a different model. You got to have people you love and trust near you. And is it crazy to hire your kids? It used to be kind of shameful to hire your kids. Oh, it was nepotism and like da-da-da. It's like, no. The model for all human history is you work with your family. It was only until the steam engine transformed everything that everyone lived together and worked together, and that like kind of worked for all recorded history. You know what I mean?
And Tucker's right. Honestly, Tucker's right? So, personally, I think it's honorable to work with your family members. I think that's a good thing. Keep it in the family. Absolutely. Have we lost that? I do think we have. And I actually have met people that have a mother and father on the other side of the planet while they're here in the United States, or vice versa. I'm in another country and their parents are in the United States, or maybe not even in the United States, wherever, right? But it's definitely a different culture, right? That we're experiencing now. And there's not as much togetherness, right? And hopefully that changes. And I think it will. I'm optimistic. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, but I'm optimistic about it. But back to the video.
So I think people feel this instinct, like I want the tribe around me, and you need your people around you. I really feel that strongly. I mean, I know at the top end, among rich people, I know a bunch of people who are just like, I'm building a compound, I don't care. And not like even a Randy Weaver compound, not with the emphasis on firearms and guard towers, but just like we all live, which is not bad, by the way, but we all live near each other. I mean, like, why wouldn't you buy, 100 acres and everyone gets a house? Like, how much does that cost? I mean, literally, that's less expensive than buying a high-end condo in Miami. So why wouldn't you do that, right? And I'm sure people in this room have done it or know people who are doing that. That's an expression. Most people can't do that because it's expensive. Right. But it's an expression of the same instinct. Draw close to your people. because hard times are coming. They clearly are coming. I mean, obviously they're coming. Everyone knows that. Follow your instincts on that. It doesn't need to be apocalypse. It doesn't need to be terrible. We're at the tail end of the longest sort of not just bull market, but sort of bull culture in history, where nothing really, I was born in 69, nothing's really happened since then. Like, I don't know, we won the Cold War, and you know what I mean? Like 9/11, but nothing really bad has happened. Bad things are starting to happen. A lot more are gonna happen, obviously. We shouldn't start crying and run away or, you know, dive into the Xanax pool or whatever. You don't need to freak out. You know what I mean? We'll be okay. People are not gonna be extinguished. And
I agree.
You can thrive. People were happy after the fall of Rome. You know, the Roman Senate wasn't happy, but the Visigoths were happy. But truly, like, even in the midst of chaos, there has been peace in the family or in villages. It's like, no matter what happens, people will still be happy.
Bingo. I'm going to end it there, but Tucker absolutely nailed that. And yeah, he's right. And I definitely feel like we're losing that. I do though feel that you know, I like I said, I'm optimistic. Maybe it's just me. I do think we will get that togetherness in terms of a family, in terms of like the family dynamic. And I definitely think it's definitely changed, right? It's definitely changed. And I think that has something to also do with the internet too. You got to understand also the access of the World Wide Web, the internet, Instagram, all of these things, right? And like he said, air travel, and you know, a lot has happened since Tucker Carlson was young, right? And even before him, right? So yeah, so I agree with Tucker in terms of what he said. The only thing I'll say is so yeah, not much has happened in terms of like maybe disastrous things, but a lot has happened in terms of advances, right? Look at AI, look at all of these new technological advances, all of these things that personally, I don't know, which is the real question we have to ask ourselves is, are these advances going to bring us closer together, or are they going to separate us? Are they going to pull us apart, right? That's what we have to ask ourselves. So anyway, that's pretty much it. This is not a sermon. Let me know what you think about what Tucker Carlson said. Like I told you, he went in, and to be honest with you, look, I mean, TikTok, right? You know, if you haven't already, I know you guys have, I'm pretty sure I already know who you guys are going for the election, right? But let me know what you think. Thank you guys for your support. Make sure you slap the like button and headbutt the subscribe button for more. Until next time, peace.